All right, this is John Colo at DiscountJuicers.com. Today, another exciting episode for you, and where I'm at today is at Natural Products Expo 2016. I'm here at the Omega booth. Unfortunately, Omega doesn't have any brand new juicers to introduce at this show, but they have a few new single auger machines coming out. But what I'm going to do in this episode is actually we're going to go ahead and use the Omega VSJ843. Actually, it's the juicer that sits on my counter in my home that I use regularly. It's the one that I favor over all others because it's the most versatile vertical slow juicer on the market. You know, it juices my papaya, like I'm actually going to juice for breakfast in just a little bit. It juices things like peppers, it juices things like leafy greens, it juices things like carrots. Basically, anything you want to juice, it's going to juice. But the question I got recently was like, John, will the VSJ juice the wheatgrass? So we got some blades of wheatgrass here. And while I do say the VSJ843 will juice wheatgrass because the predecessor, the Omega VRT350, I juiced a whole flat of wheatgrass and actually amazingly it didn't actually clog up. But I'm wondering how this will juice a wheatgrass. So my standard recommendation at this point is like, hey man, this guy will juice wheatgrass, but if you want to juice a lot of wheatgrass, I don't recommend this guy. Like if your focus is at like wheatgrass and leafy greens, you guys want to get this guy next door. This is the Omega NC800. It comes in the silver color. This is the red color shown. It also comes in a chrome plated plastic. And later this year, Omega has announced it will be coming out in the whole stainless steel body. These parts will still be plastic. But in general, if you want to juice lots of greens, like over 70–80% greens and wheatgrass and microgreens and sprouts, this is the one I recommend, not this machine. But if you want to juice everything under the sun, fruits, vegetables, hard vegetables, wheatgrass, some wheatgrass, then this guy. But I get the question, John, I want to juice a lot of wheatgrass. How's the VSJ going to do? Well, we don't know until now. So we're going to go ahead and juice 1 pound of pre-cut wheatgrass here through the VSJ. And I'm not going to pre-cut the wheatgrass. For optimal success, if I wanted this to work properly, I would take this wheatgrass, take a knife, and I'd cut it up into little bits. I'd cut it up into sections about that big, maybe ½ inch, and then just feed that in. Then I would definitely bet you it would work beautifully. Now the other tip for you guys, if you want to juice wheatgrass, is cut it up into small pieces and then alternate feeding wheatgrass with, say, carrots. So put a little bit of the pieces of wheatgrass followed by a piece of carrot, wheatgrass, pieces of wheatgrass, piece of carrot. Do that the whole way. It's going to work beautifully. The problem may arise when you're trying to do straight wheatgrass. So in any case, let's go ahead and find out how the VSJ843 does with straight wheatgrass and find out how long it takes. All right, so I got a stopwatch. We're gonna go ahead and set it. We're gonna go ahead and start that right up there. You guys can see that. And we're gonna go ahead and start juicing the wheatgrass. Now the most important thing when juicing the wheatgrass is you don't wanna overfeed it. You got a pound of wheatgrass, you just wanna shove it all in at once. You wanna, like put a little bit in, let the machine suck it in and start working on it, and then put in a little bit more. And I do not actually recommend using the pusher to push things in. Now, you guys are hearing some squeaking. It will get loud. This one's gonna be more quiet, but this one will get loud. All right, we're not getting the juice yet. This is getting extremely loud. All right, I'm still putting wheatgrass in, nothing's happening. All right, we're finally getting some juice out, but the juice is coming out the pulp catch bin. It's making some horrible noise. This is why I don't recommend you guys do this. All right, so we're still juicing. I guess I overloaded it. The machine stopped. No problem. Just hit the reverse. Up in the top, spun off the wrong way. All right, so as you guys can see, I'm having some issues now. Basically, there's like wheatgrass all piled up, and clogged up in the chamber. It's not ejecting properly. The machine keeps stopping on me when I try to feed some more in. I think we kind of unjammed it, but man, you know what? This is something I do not recommend you guys do. If you really want to juice wheatgrass badly, right, get the Omega NC800. And even better yet, if you want to juice wheatgrass as well as fruit, vegetables, and other things, buy both these juicers. So you can do wheatgrass in this guy, because this is the one really designed for wheatgrass. Get this guy for all the other stuff, all right? That's probably the best solution. Let's go ahead and continue and see if we can even finish juicing the rest of this wheatgrass. So I'm down to the last little bits of wheatgrass in the bag here to make 1 full pound. As you guys saw, you know, the machine stopped up. It's getting kind of clogged up down in there. It's making some horrible noises like it's groaning like, no, please don't do this to me anymore. I don't like it. So anyways, last handful going right in. I mean, let's go ahead and take a look at the pulp here. I mean, I can say definitely this pulp, squeeze it out. Oh, it's still quite wet. Look at that, all that drip out of there. All right, let's go ahead and turn this baby off. All right, so finally, man, oh my God, that was so loud and annoying. That took 8 minutes and 35 seconds. That's ridiculous, right? And here's the analogy for you guys, right? The analogy that I want to give you guys is this. It's what my grandfather told me. The right tool for the right job, right? And here's the thing, like if you got a Phillips head screwdriver, you know, or screw, don't try to use a flat head to get it out. I mean, it'll kind of work, and that's kind of this, right? The juice kind of works, and that's the analogy for the men. And for the ladies out there, if you guys are gonna go, you know, to the swimming pool at your hotel, don't wear a dress and jump in the pool with your dress. You wanna wear a bathing suit. It's the right outfit for the right thing and the right tool for the right job. Obviously, the Omega VSJ843 is not the right tool for juicing straight wheatgrass. Now, once again, if you want to juice a little bit of wheatgrass here and there, you know, chop it up into small pieces, rotate it along with the carrots, I think you're going to be great. I still don't recommend even chopping up, you know, small bits of wheatgrass and juicing it straight. It is definitely a big, hard job for the VSJ. In addition, juicing wheatgrass like this regularly, you know, in my opinion and my experience, will probably cause some screen damage, you know. Now, the other challenge you're gonna have is, you know, I know this is really clogged and backed up, and now to pull this top off, it's gonna take a little bit of strength to really rotate it off. And if you're pulling your juicer apart, your vertical juicer, and the top is stuck on, that's happened because it's backing up. And when it's backing up, you know, you're feeding things in that shouldn't be fed in, you're not pre-cutting your produce, or you're feeding things in too quickly. So be sure to check my other videos on how to use the Omega VSJ843 or the Omega VRT350, the previous model, because this is a problem that most people have. Let's go ahead and take this guy out and show you guys what it looks like on the inside. I mean, after juicing wheatgrass in the Omega NC800, you know, pretty much, I mean, it just works beautifully. But look at this. Inside the VSJ843, when we're done juicing wheatgrass, we pull this assembly out. Look at that. It's just totally clogged up with all the wheatgrass. It's basically spinning around there that didn't get juiced. So literally, look at all that. Now, if you pre-cut it, it's gonna work better, but this is not the machine you wanna buy if you wanna juice wheatgrass. Once again, if you wanna juice fruits, vegetables, and other things, get this guy. But if you wanna juice wheatgrass, get this guy. And the best of both worlds is get both. That's what I own at home, and when I'm juicing wheatgrass, I'm using the Omega NC800. When I'm juicing fruits, vegetables, and other leafy greens, I'm using my Omega VSJ843. Anyways, yeah, I mean, I'm amazed this worked. It made some crazy loud noises. Not recommended for you guys, but now you know how this handles wheatgrass. Oh, last thing I want to tell you guys is how much yield we made. So 16 ounces of wheatgrass made probably about 8 ounces of juice. So actually that's not a good yield. I mean, as you see, there's lots of leftover extra, you know, wheatgrass that didn't get juiced in here, just whole blades. So yeah, once again, the right tool for the right job. Omega NC800 is the right tool for wheatgrass. If you guys enjoyed this episode, please give me a thumbs up to let me know. I'll be doing more episodes where I test juicing crazy things in the Omega juicers. Also be sure to click that subscribe button right down below to be notified of my new and upcoming episodes that I have coming out about every 5 to 7 days. You never know what juicers I'll be testing, what blenders I'll be comparing, what dehydrators I'll be showing you, or what kind of crazy produce I'll be juicing in some of these juicers. Finally, be sure to check my past episodes. I have over 450 episodes on YouTube comparing all the different kinds of juicers, juicing all different kinds of things, more than anybody else in the world. And finally, if you enjoyed my work, please support me by making your purchase at discountjuicers.com. When you make your purchase at discountjuicers.com, it allows me to continue to make these videos and other educational videos that I have on YouTube to educate people in the world how to grow their food and how to eat, you know, the healthiest foods on the planet, the fresh fruits and fresh vegetables. So once again, my name is John Kohler with discountjuicers.com. Be sure to visit discountjuicers.com/YouTube for special promotional offers for our YouTube visitors. Cheers. This is John Kohler with DiscountJuicers.com. Today we have another exciting episode for you, and what we're going to do today is compare an all-new juicer that is now on the market that's getting a lot of buzz lately. And this juicer is the Philips Micro Juicer. This happens to be the elite model, but the elite and non-elite model would pretty much work the same for all practical